मारो प्रणाम, मारो प्रणाम, बांके बिहारी जी, मारो प्रणाम, बांके बिहारी जी। या छब देखा मोहा मीरा, या छब देखा मोहा मीरा, मोहन गिरिवर धारी जी, मोहन गिरिवर धारी जी, मारो प्रणाम, बांके बिहारी जी, मारो प्रणाम। So welcome all of you. This is our third video in the series of our mantra musings. I'm starting this video from where we left off in the last one. We were talking about bhajanas and the Indian music. So I thought let's start from reverse, as we had decided that we will do an experiential practical session today. So this bhajan by Mirabai. So as you saw, there is so much of ornamentation, so much of love, and the verses before these would have described Krishna, the crown of Krishna, and the earrings of Krishna, and it is so beautiful. The words almost mesmerize you. That's the music of devotion, and it touches anyone and everyone, I feel. Because music has that innate power to, you know, touch us somewhere deep into the core. Now, the same bhajana context I am still maintaining, and let's get into another bhajan and see what mood that creates. One with the words, of course, and even the composition. So, just check. मन लागो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में। भला बुरा सब का सुन लीजिए, भला बुरा सब का सुन लीजिए, कई गुजरान गरीबी में, प्रेम नगर में रहनी हमारी, प्रेम नगर में रहनी हमारी, भली बनियाई सबूरी में, भली बनियाई सबूरी में, मन लागू यार फकीरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में. So what was the mood that this bhajan, the bhajan of Sant Kabir Das, evoked in your hearts? We are still in the realm of our minds. Your mind is taking the color of these words, of these tunes. So now I thought I will just also introduce you, and not long, very short glimpse of how even without words you could create a feeling within you. So I'm taking two ragas and just a very short elaboration, and see how, or if at all. So close your eyes and just see if you can, sense the mood, or is there any change that you feel? Okay. Mm. Okay, just remember this feeling and now compare it to something else and see how the color changes, the taste changes. Mm. So that is, which raga is this? Well, I would want you to put it in the comment box, because I know you know a lot of things. But here we are just creating a comparative. That when we had the words, what happened? There are no words here, and still something happened, right? Yes. But now, from the realm of feelings and emotions, we move on. And remember, now we are going reverse from bhajana, and when we went into the abstract sound or the ragas, now we move into what we had discussed last time, the stotrams. I am now giving you a sound of a non-Vedic stotram. So it is set to a particular rhythm, a meter. It's also called chandas, and we'll get back to this word chandas again later. But for now, you will see that there is a rhythm set in these shlokas. And when we talk about the non-Vedic stotrams, you can choose the tune, the melody, but maintain the meter, the chanda. Okay? So let's see now what happens here. So why do they work? They work because of the language Sanskrit. Remember the first video we talked about the Sanskrit effect. So this language, when it is being heard and when you are going into a rhythm, one shloka after the other, that takes you into a meditative kind of a mode. So let's see. So of course, I'm not going to expand the whole stotram because I have chosen a larger one. But from the Vishnu Sahasranama stotram, just the Purva Bhaga, we will take a few shlokas, because here our purpose is to get on to our ears the sound of each of these patterns. Remember, as much as nada is about, the sound is about speaking, creating that sound, it is more or very importantly about hearing it. And then after we do all of that, we might just merge into that silent fabric. But for now, let's hear Vishnu Sahasranam and then see how a non-Vedic stotra feels. Shri Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram Purva Bhagaha Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha Om Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanan Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Yasya Smarana Matrena Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchyate Namastasmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave नमः समस्त भूतानां आदिभूताय भूभृते अनेक रूप रूपाय विष्णवे प्रभ विष्णवे. And so on, it goes further into 1,000 names of Vishnu. So, if you see the shift, when I was into singing with the lyrics, there was a kind of modulation because we were adding meaning to the lyrics. Here now, rather than the ornamentation, if you see the shift in my voice, I am now becoming more open voiced and more bolder. I am being myself. I am not manipulating, I am not decorating, I am not using anything but my open, clear throated voice. And this, when chanted like this, the Sanskrit language, the sound of this language itself starts working on you. And this rhythm, as I told you, will take you into a trance as you go on into the stotra. So next now, we come into the Vedic stotrams and how do they sound and how do they work. We talked about the language and we talked about the Sanskrit and we talked about no words at all, just the sound. What happens in a Vedic stotra? How is it different? The Vedic stotras or the Vedic hymns are set to particular notations. So you can say that the language of the Vedas is not Sanskrit, it is Chandas. And Chandas, in one way, we understand them as meter or what we saw as the rhythmic partition of the shloka. But here, when I mean Chandas, I mean the notations that go up and down, and that is what is taking us into varying frequencies that work on our own systems. So the language of Vedas, more than Sanskrit, is the Chandas, and that separates it out from everything. And this is such a beautiful, or rather, such a well created language that it creates sounds which are only and only working towards the well-being of each one of us. And that's the beauty of Vedas, that's the power of Vedas. So now when I will chant out some Vedic stotram, you will see that I am or I may or may not be in a particular repetitive rhythm. The notations might keep changing, but my voice opens up. I just be true to myself and now just take the sound of it. The different frequencies that they generate is what is more important in a Vedic mantra or a stotra. So, just to give you a glance, say I start with a Ganapati mantra. Om Gananatva Ganapati Ganghavamane Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrunvannoti Visida Sadhanam Om Mahaganapataye Namaha. Sense that openness, that power in the voice, and that power I don't know. I think I just share it from my experience that that power is not something that I make an effort. It just happens. I think with abhyasa, with repetition, and with self experience, you just the voice just opens up, and that is so beautiful when that happens. Your life, not just the sound of what you chant, but the sound of your whole life, the music of your whole life changes. I want here you guys to just listen to. I've chosen a very short, say a 3 minute kind of a Vedic Suktam, uh, just so that we can end on a note which is very, very powerful, I would say, or whatever that it means to you. I would just say that close your eyes, and as I chant the Durga Suktam. I've chosen that because I am making this video during the time of Navaratri. So I thought I will pick Ma Durga Suktam. So listen to the sound of this Suktam and the feel that comes along with that sound. There is this sound, the nada, and there is something that follows. That which follows. Try to tap into that energy and yeah, listen to it. So Durga Suktam, it is so this is a chant from the Yajurveda, Taittiriya Aranyakam. So let's do it. Om जातवेदसे सुनवाम सोममराति यतो निदहाति वेदः स नः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वा नावेव सिन्धुं दुरितात्यग्निः तामग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टाम् दुर्गां देवीगुं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसि तरसे नमः अग्ने त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूश्च पृथ्वी बहुला न उर्वी भवा तोकाय तनयाय शंयोः विश्वानि नो दुर्गः जातवेदः सिन्धुन्ननावा दुरितातिपर्षि अग्ने अत्रिवन्मनसा गृणानोऽस्माकम् बोध्यविता तनूनाम् पृतनाजितगुं सहमानमुग्रमग्निगुं हुवेम परमात् सदस्थात् स नः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वाक्षामद्देवोऽतिदुरितात्यग्निः प्रत्नोषि कमीड्यो अध्वरेषु सनाज्जहोता नव्यश्च सत्सि स्वाञ्जाग्ने तनुवं पिप्रय स्वास्मभ्यं च सौभगमायजस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तं तवेन्द्र विष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाकस्य पृष्ठमभिसंवसानो वैष्णवीं लोक इह मादयन्ताम् ॐ कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात् The last line, the last mantra, it's called the Durga Gayatri. And now that you've heard the sound of it, these two lines are very easy. I want you to chant along with me. Keep your eyes closed and join me. We will do it 5 times before we end the video. I want you to experience this firsthand, because as you know, the mantras are all about experience. Yeah, join me. We will do it 5 times before we end. ॐ कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे प्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। Thank you. I will see you now in the next and the last video of our mantra musings, where we are choosing 2 mantras, the Vedic mantras, and seeing how they work on our systems. So the next video will be exclusively on the mantras, the Vedic mantras. For the videos that we've done before this, I will send the link in the description box, so you can refer to that, so you get a continuity of what we have been exploring in these last sessions. And please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you.